So, it looks like someone else commented on the video I was planning to cover. Huh. Let's watch it. I think I feel a little dead inside now.
In and around the lake, mountains come out of the sky and they stand there. 1 mile over, we'll be there and we'll see you.
Hey guys, Torch Angel here with another commentary. Today I'll be talking about cartoons again, because I don't do that enough, right? So some guy named Torch Sheep did a list of his top 10 least favorite adult cartoons, and then Doodletones decided to make commentary on it himself. And this commentary, let's just say it struck a bit of a nerve. So anyway, let's begin.
What if I told you the whole list was right there, spoiled for us?
Okay, some things to mention. First off, people watching this video for the first time probably wouldn't be spoiled, since they wouldn't know for sure those shows would be on there. Second off, some people might not know what some of these shows are. And 3, even if it was spoiled, it didn't spoil the ranking of the list, and people would still watch it to see what Torch Sheep thinks of the shows on here. Finally, I feel like people would come here more to see the reasons behind Torch Sheep's opinion rather than the opinion itself.
Keep in mind that this list is just my silly personal let's not go there again. Personal list, personal opinions. Nothing that I say here should be taken as fact. We good? We good.
Oh, goody, so we got another Phantom Strider clone to work off of. Yeah, even aside from the, oh, this is just my silly opinion thing, he's still using the fact that countdowns are an opinion based as a way to shield himself from criticism. Look, okay, I get it. Opinions are a subjective thing that's impossible to objectively prove wrong. However, if your reasoning seems illogical or blatantly closed-minded at whatever is going on, then I'm sorry, I'm calling it out.
Okay, no. Torch Sheep was just saying that it's his opinion, so don't take it as a fact. He wasn't saying this to shield himself from criticism. How do I know this? Because multiple people say this at the beginning of their countdowns. So Torch Sheep was just saying this so people would realize that his list was subjective, in case some people are unaware. Let's just take a look at some countdown makers who do this.
Let's check out the top 6 worst SpongeBob episodes. And as always, if you do like these episodes, that's great. It's just my usual silly personal opinion, and I'm glad you can enjoy these episodes. So take this list with a pinch of salt. Anyway, let's do this countdown.
And that concludes this list, and you know the drill. Have some different entries? Let me know in the comments.
I would have done so in the comments, but, you know, they're disabled. So you're just gonna have to live with the video.
Okay, him disabling the comments could have been him shielding himself from criticism, but let's just play devil's advocate here. Maybe one of the reasons he disabled comments was because he was sick of all the hate comments. So I think it's safe to say that he did this because he was sick of the backlash. Also, I want you to read that description. It's going to be important for later.
I mean, besides the main character, there's not too much I can say that's absolutely awful about the show, but that's just it. The kid's so unlikable that it ruins everything.
There's something that rubs me the wrong way about this point in particular. Alan ruins everything about the show that otherwise you don't have much to say about.
Both Alan Gregory and his father are so infuriating by the way they think they're better than everyone else. They interrupt and manipulate everyone around them, and they're just big old jerks.
Well, wait. You were complaining about his father earlier, so how does Alan Gregory single-handedly ruin the whole show for you? His father is also a pretentious, manipulative cock for brains. Even by what you brought up here, that gets confusing, is wouldn't that mean that you also have quarrels with him too? Wouldn't he also help ruin the show? I know he's not the main character, but more of a supporting role, but it would still count, wouldn't it?
He probably meant that Alan Gregory alone was enough to make the show terrible, and his father just makes it worse. Take this for example. I personally think the Call of Duty community single-handedly ruins the game for me, but I have more issues with it than just the community.
Alan's forced best friend is my favorite character, but I just can't figure out why. Maybe it's the design, maybe it's the interactions, maybe it's the... Oh, okay, yep, that'd be why.
Because clearly a character can't be awfully written but still be played by a good voice actor or voice actress. Nah, the fact that Patrick Vanderweel is played by Christina Pucelli clearly is the reason you like this character overall. Look, I guess if that's truly your reason, then so be it. I can't tell you you're wrong for having an opinion. I guess have fun with your Lorna Penguin, though. Just ignore how she's written. She's voiced by Luann Loud.
And that was an obvious joke he just took seriously. The joke was that he likes Luann Loud a lot, and this joke was just to make fun of how much he likes her.
See, Family Guy uses every cheap trick in the book in pursuit of getting laughs, no matter how idiotic or horrible that trick may be.
Which you won't explain because it's Family Guy and doesn't need explaining, right? Boy, oh boy, I sure do love hearing how Family Guy is bad despite never hearing explanations about how rude and offensive it is.
Okay, Doodle, not everything needs to be explained. Family Guy is well known for having dark and offensive jokes. Asking for proof over and over is lazy. Trust me, I've learned from this the hard way.
It reminds me of that one kid who comes up with an offensive joke and then goes to school the next day and tries to squeeze that joke into any situation at all, no matter how irrelevant.
I actually have a point against Torch Sheep I want to make here. I know this is just a nitpick, but why are all these pictures watermarked? It just looks really sloppy and tacky. If you look up kid and kids laughing, then you'll find a bunch of images without the watermarks.
And I'd say you remind me of that kid who bases all their opinions off of Senpai's opinion because you're too lazy to come up with your own. But then at that point I'd be being mean-spirited. Oh, and don't go critiquing this interjection because it's just my opinion. Yeah, by the way, that mentality will forever piss me off.
Okay, let's play devil's advocate again. Torch Sheep's description says that he's disabled comments since people were saying rude and nasty things. I mean, there might have been some people giving him criticism, but that was probably overweighed by the hate comments. Keyword, might. Unless you have evidence of him taking criticism as harassment, then don't go jumping to conclusions.
It has shockingly backwards morals, a surprising amount of filler for such a big show, and the episodes? They can't just focus on one story at all, like dang! Can you actually write a plot that lasts for a whole 21 minutes for a change?
Oh no, Family Guy sets up a plot point A and a plot point B. Almost as if there's a lot of shows that do this. You talk about how you like Rick and Morty, well guess what other show has two stories in one? That's right, Rick and Morty. For example, the most recent episode of Rick and Morty as of this video tells the stories of Rick escaping prison, Summer and Morty trying to get to him, and Jerry's adventures in being a galactic drone person. Sure, you can argue that they eventually by the end of the episode intertwine, but the mass majority of the episodes do have these separate plot points that tell multiple stories. So I have to ask, why is this actually a complaint towards just Family Guy? You don't explain it really, you just kind of say, oh, why don't you just focus on one story for once, which opens you up for looking like you kind of have a double standard. Just saying.
I think he missed the point. He was talking about the large amount of filler in the show, something that he literally just got done saying. But assuming he was talking about plot A and plot B, it's all about execution. While Torch Sheep doesn't go on about how Rick and Morty does it right, there's always the possibility he was talking about the former and not the latter. Either that, or he meant the stories bounce all over the place and have no real focus.
The cinematography is an abomination. They use the same freaking editing tricks all the dang time. That zoom is used for everything!
And the problem with this is, again, who the fuck knows? Torch Sheep kept to his name and burned out all the explanations as to why this is a problem. The reason I'm getting onto him about this is style. Yeah, legit, this is Family Guy's style. It's not like you can't find examples of repetitive editing tricks in things like BoJack Horseman, Daria, Rick and Morty, and Clone High. Just offhand, Daria. Oftentimes, Daria will have back and forth this conversation, cutting to one side of the room to the other instead of just having multiple people on the screen having a conversation that way. Are there times where they break this? Yes, but this is still a thing Daria does quite often.
I find this show mainly just bland, and it tries to cover that up with just cheap offensive jokes. To be fair, there are some actually pretty good Family Guy episodes out there. I'd even go so far to say that at its best, Family Guy is charming and pretty humorous.
You know, as opposed to Alan Gregory, which is downright a masterpiece, right? Actually, wait, where was Alan Gregory's praise? You're actually praising Family Guy and saying that the show has its moments of glory. Even if you do go on to say that they're few and far between, you still state that it can be clever and funny. Yet it's somehow worse than Alan Gregory, which had nothing but negativity thrown its way? Did you just forget how to count down Torch Sheep?
He said at its best it's charming. However, the bad in Family Guy was way worse than in Alan Gregory, so it was above Alan Gregory. It's only at the number 9 spot, so maybe that could be why.
Legends of Chamberlain Heights is a shabby snorefest about generic as heck teenagers trying to be cool in high school. Whoa man, trying to overwhelm me with that originality over here!
Oh no, a slice of life cartoon is about life. Go figure. By the way, Daria and Clone High, same basic premises. The ball is in your court.
Well, true. but it's all about the execution. While they may have the same idea, it's the execution that matters in the end. And that's all my arguments with this video, so all in all, Doodle, you shouldn't have just assumed that he was defending himself from criticism, when all that is just an assumption. I really don't have much more to say. This has been Frozen Angel, and have a good day.